Welcome to my second video on the origin of language. In the first video, we discussed the divine source theories or various religious beliefs on how language must have evolved. In this video, we will discuss other theories on how language must have evolved. Let's imagine ancient man without any sense of speech. If he were to hear the sound of a cow, what would he do? He will relate the animal to the sound it makes. So to him, the cow would be moo. Next, he will try to imitate that sound. Let's take a good look at a few more examples. Now, if man were to listen to the sound of a dog, so again, he identifies the dog as bow wow and he tries to imitate that sound. So what happens here? He relates the sound cuckoo to the bird. Now look at these images and listen to these sounds. The sound of water leads to the sound splash. The sound of the falcon or eagle leads to the sound screech. And the sound of the cat leads to the sound meow. So from such natural sounds, gradually language must have evolved. This is called the bow wow theory or the imitation theory or the natural sound source theory. Please note this point. Words that sound similar to the noise they describe are termed onomatopoeia. Examples are words like splash. The word splash resembles the sound of water. Hiss resembles the sound of a snake. Bow wow resembles the sound of a dog. Moo resembles the sound of a cow. Now let's move on to another theory on the origin of language. This theory is called the poo-poo theory or the emotion theory. Now this theory also comes under the natural sound source theory. And why is it so? Because it deals with sounds naturally produced by human beings, animals, birds, and other forms of nature. The bow wow theory deals with the sounds produced by animals, birds, and forms of nature. The poo-poo theory deals with the sounds made by human beings from which language might have evolved. Now when we are happy, we produce certain sounds. And we also produce certain sounds when we are sad or when we cry. When we are in pain or when we are hurt, we produce sounds like ah, ouch. And when we are surprised, we produce sounds like ah, oh. And of course, when we are angry, we produce quite a variety of sounds. The poo-poo theory says that from such sounds that convey emotions, language must have developed or evolved. Next, we pass on to the rhythm theory or the ding-dong theory. Now, this theory was put forth by the famous linguist, German linguist, Max Müller. He believed that man is born with a sense of rhythm. I think I mentioned this in my first video as well. I told you how Darwin also had the same view. So man's sense of rhythm is inborn. Further, he sees rhythm in nature. See, there is rhythm in the way grass moves in the wind. There is rhythm in the way rain falls from heaven. From this sense of rhythm in nature and from within, mankind must have created music. See, you have someone playing on the flute, you have someone playing the drums, and you have people dancing. So, from the rhythm of music, man created dance, and gradually from music and dance, language must have evolved. This is what we call the ding-dong theory or the rhythm theory. Now we move on to the yo-hey-ho theory. Now it is natural for man to create sounds while indulging in physical activity. And this happens more often when man works in groups. That is why Yule calls it the social interaction source theory. See, man here works in groups and he is bound to make sounds. Further, where there are groups, there are bound to be fights. Sounds of attack, anger and victory are quite common. From such sounds, language could have evolved. So this is about the yo-hey-ho theory. Now I'll make you listen to a hum. Now what is a hum? It is a sound produced when you're doing less strainful activity. When you're indulging in activity which involves less physical effort or strain. Now this is a grunt. This is a groan. Now a grunt or a groan is produced when the work involves more physical effort or strain. Okay? Now that's a hum. That's a grunt. And this is a groan. Now we move on to the human anatomy theory or the physical adaptation source theory. So earlier we'd been dealing with language from the religious point of view, the origin of language from the imitation point of view, from the emotion point of view, and the social interaction point of view. Okay? Now we're dealing with language or the origin of language from the scientific point of view. And Yule calls it the physical adaptation source theory. What are the organs of speech in the human body? Okay, so we have the mouth, which consists of the lips, the teeth, the tongue, and of course the vocal cords. Now these are the vocal cords that help in actively producing speech sounds. So the human body is tuned in such a way that it can produce sounds naturally, unlike the case of other animals and birds. In other words, the human body is physically suited for the speech process. This is what is called the physical adaptation source theory. Now there are a few more theories to reckon with, but I believe that information that is provided in a graded and gradual manner will yield better results. So I will be back again with my next video on the other theories regarding the origin of language. Thanks for listening.